U.S., Russia, and China relations are complicated there. Israel, we think, would feel quite insecure since Iran might take advantage of the situation as the U.S. fights battles elsewhere. Still, many countries in the Middle East consider Ukraine a far-off war. As that war has raged on, the U.S. has tried to isolate Russia in the Middle East and elsewhere, but has mostly failed. Russia has been busy making energy deals, building nuclear plants, conducting arms sales, and putting together summits in the Middle East. Countries such as Egypt and the UAE need Russia for trade. China and Saudi Arabia just completed a big oil deal, and journalists are now asking if China can replace the U.S. in the Middle East. That is doubtful considering the U.S.'s security arrangements in the regions, but Russia still has potential allies in the region. The Middle East might want to stay out of World War III, but whether that's possible is another matter. This one's hard to call, but today we're not trying to speculate exactly what would happen in World War III. We just want to know where we would rather not be. We'd also prefer not to be in these next two countries if World War III kicked off. Number 9, India and Pakistan. It's a hard call to say if they'd get involved in World War III, but you can't ignore the fact that these two nations are nuclear powers. They're under no obligation to fight, but having those weapons might mean something in World War III. These days, like many countries around the world, India doesn't want to look too friendly with the U.S. in terms of opposition to China. It's certainly not taking an anti-China stance, and it hasn't joined the sanctions in Russia. Around 50% of India's arms imports from 2016 to 2020 came from Russia. India is a part of BRICS, what's sometimes called a rival to G7 countries. They are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. While China's leader Xi Jinping visited Putin not long ago, he started talking about a new global order, a multipolar order, where the U.S. is no longer the hegemon. India was mentioned as being part of the new order. In terms of Ukraine, Pakistan has, like India, remained neutral. So again, this is a difficult call. Neither India nor Pakistan has a dog in the Ukraine war. Then why aren't we saying we wouldn't want to be here when the big fight kicks off? Well, just because they are two nuclear powers, and in war, countries might not have the choice to remain neutral. India and Pakistan also have been at each other's throats for decades, ever since the British partition of India. It's unclear just how many warheads Pakistan has, but it's thought the number is close to 200. Some sources say less, some say slightly more. It's estimated the weapons range from 5 to 12 kilotons, although some of the country's longer-range ballistic missiles might be in the 40 kiloton range. Its F-16 combat aircraft and Mirage 3 and 5 aircraft can launch conventional and nuclear strikes. At the same time, it has nuclear-capable short to medium-range ballistic missiles and